Diane, 20 years old, was found dead in a room, but her body had vanished. At the scene, a mirror and a pack of cigarettes seemed to be the most prominent evidence. The murderer appeared to have killed her from behind while she was looking into the mirror, leaving behind a pack of cigarettes. However, many questions remained unresolved, so the detective decided to begin the investigation with the remaining objects in the room. The alienated body of the alienated. First was the plant by the window. The plant looked strange no matter how one observed it. When touched, it even emitted sounds, such as my eyes, my mouth. Please interact with the plant sensor.
That's also my eyeball.
Oh, my nose.
That's my nose.
That's my mouse, friends.
That's my mouse.
The detectives discovered a shocking truth. This plant seemed to be none other than Diane herself. In her former social life system, Diane had realized that she often could not exercise control over her own body. And even when touched, her expressions were meaningless. In everyday life, she was not a plant, yet almost like one. Thus, Diane took a poison that transformed her into a plant voluntarily, alienating her own body in order to escape the system of power that controlled it. You think this is just an ordinary plant? No, every part you touch is her body, with its own mind, its own voice. The secret of the mirror. After learning about the plate itself, the detectives realized that they seemed to know very little about Diane as a person. Although they could see her records and resume, it felt eerily similar to the unsettling discovery that you do not truly know someone who grew up alongside you. When examining the mirror, the detectives seemed to notice something unusual. From a distance, they could clearly see their usual selves reflected, but as they moved closer, they no longer recognized the person in the mirror. In the mirror, Diane's face appeared extremely sinister. Please interact with the mirror sensor. Within each person's body resides two selves. By recognizing the dual nature of things, one can escape fixed impressions and stereotypical interpretations of events. Diane's death, in truth, was simply obedience to one side of her nature, a genuine release. After the flame. After discovering the secret of the mirror, the detectives turned their attention to the cigarettes left by the culprit. When the cigarette is lit, the evil face of Diane appears in the smoke. Please interact with the cigarette sensor. The smoke spreads through the room like a virus, filled with Diane's face and laughter, flickering in and out of sight. The detectives could not determine whether she was dead or alive. Even more terrifying, those who inhaled the Diane's smoke began to mutate, sprouting branches and leaves from their hands and feet. Yet strangely, people became excited and joyful as eerie laughter echoed throughout the room. In the end, Diane's room was sealed off for being biochemically toxic, and no one ever entered it again. However, it is said that the room became filled with lush plants when approached. They induce feelings of joy and hallucination, turning her room into a legendary adventure spot for teenagers. The end.